late last night, Alex. I don't even know. You might not have still been awake.
I was sleeping at this time.
I was sitting at my kitchen table. I remember this, just preparing for this episode. I was writing down a bunch of stuff, getting ready. I look down at my phone, and I see that the Oakland A's have released a statement that they are moving to Las Vegas. And I think, is this some sort of joke? Like,
yeah.
What is this actually happening? But it is. The Oakland A's have signed a binding agreement to purchase land near the Las Vegas Strip. They intend to construct a $1.5 billion, 35,000 seat Major League ballpark. Their team president announced Wednesday night. So before we get into it, I do want to read the statement that the Oakland A's released in its entirety, because I believe this is important and an important statement to be read. The statement reads, the A's have signed a binding agreement to purchase land for a future ballpark in Las Vegas. We realize this is a difficult day for our Oakland fans and community. For more than 20 years, the A's have focused on securing a new home for the club and have invested unprecedented time and resources for the past 6 years to build a ballpark in Oakland. Even with support from fans, leaders at the city, country, and state level, and throughout the broader community, the process to build a new ballpark in Oakland has made little forward progress for some time. We have made a strong and sincere effort to stay here. We recognize that this is very hard to hear. We are disappointed that we have been unable to achieve our shared vision of a waterfront ballpark. As we shift our focus to Vegas, we will continue to share details about the next steps. As I read this, last sentence, we are disappointed that we're unable to achieve our shared vision of a waterfront ballpark. So let's move to Las Vegas? Look. So this move is scheduled as of right now to take place in 2027. So we are a few years away. I am disappointed. This sucks right now. And I'm sure in 2027 I'll be happy that I'll be like, okay, cool. There's a team in Vegas. Let's see how this goes. But this sucks. The Oakland fan base deserved so much better. They were screwed over for years at this point. And now the entire Oakland fan base outside of just Oakland is having to deal with now 3 professional teams moving out of the city within a 5-year stretch. And this isn't on the fans. If you're 1 second thinking, well, it's because they have like 7,000 people showing up to games. No, that's ridiculous. The fan base has been screwed over for far too long now. I don't buy that they have done their sincere due diligence on trying to move the team and finding a right spot. No, you haven't. You haven't. Over the past couple of years, look, we're at this point using Moneyball as an excuse. Moneyball was, we don't have all the money in the world, so we're going to try and bring in the right players that fit our scheme. No, you're not bringing in anybody now. In fact, you're shipping out people. The team is awful, and you're jacking up season ticket prices. You don't want anybody there. You don't want your fans there. You want to push out your fan base, so it seems like a seamless move to Las Vegas. That's wrong. It's ridiculous. I've been to the Oakland Coliseum when the stadium was packed in the playoffs. It's one of the best fan bases that I have ever seen and ever been a part of sitting in the stands. This is a sad day for Oakland, and it's, as of right now, a sad day for baseball because their hand was forced. They have to move, and it's not because of the fan base. It's because of the organization itself. Not putting enough money, not caring enough about the city and the fan base. It's been awful over the last couple of years, and it's disappointing that this is going to happen, and they're going to chalk this up as some sort of, well, you know, we had to do this, the fans. No. You did this. The organization did this. They wanted this to happen all along. They wanted to move out. I think they probably tried to move to a new stadium years ago, and it didn't happen, and they just kind of gave up. And they gave up, and that's what we've seen over the last few years with the Oakland A's, is giving up and sending out your best players. When a player becomes good, what happens to him? No, he doesn't stay on our team. No, we trade him away for more prospects. And then if those prospects become good, you're out. We'll trade you away again. And the payroll is minuscule. They're an extremely profitable organization that is getting by on sending players out, jacking up season ticket prices, and profiting on the TV money and everything they're bringing in from the low payroll. It's ridiculous. It's a sad situation, and I feel awful for the fans of the Oakland Athletics and sports fans in general in Oakland.
See, I'm torn on this situation. A, yes, I'm with you. I feel so terrible for Oakland sports fans. They just recently lost their NFL team, the Raiders, to Las Vegas. Golden State Warriors moved their stadium to San Francisco. And now your baseball team is moving to Vegas. That sucks. However, I've spent a lot of time there in Oakland in that Coliseum, and it was not suitable to stay there. They needed to move somewhere. That was the worst stadium in all of Major League Baseball. Sanitary-wise, you mentioned it's packed on opening day. I've done so many opening days at the A's Coliseum, Oakland Coliseum. It is one of the most crazy environments I've ever been at. But then after that, every player you talk to goes, this feels kind of like a minor league game. There's like not that many. It's weird that like even day 2, not that many people in here. So my other side of things, I think this move to Vegas could be great for the franchise. There is a ton of money in Vegas, and what they're willing to do now and what they are spending to buy land in Vegas, maybe, because you've been preaching this, Ben, maybe this will change their whole mentality and actually spend the money on players and invest within their franchise. And sometimes change hurts. It sucks. And someone's going to get hurt. But I've also seen Vegas fans like crying with excitement that they are getting an MLB team now in Vegas. So yeah, terrible, heartbreaking for Oakland fans. But another bright side, because I like to look at the positive side of life, both your teams are in Vegas now. Okay? It's an easy flight from Oakland. It's probably the easiest flight from Oakland, a day trip. You're going to have to adopt. It is what it is. At one of these things, the crying and the complaining isn't going to do anything. Both your teams are in one spot.
You're just going to
make it easier.
You're just going to hop on a plane for a Sunday day game trip? 1
yes,
o'clock
people
start,
do it all the time.
Hop on a plane and get on over to Las Vegas.
Yes, it's a 45-minute flight. It's the easiest thing. I'm going to look at the bright side of life thing. I think it's going to be better in the long run for the organization. My Uncle Jim, who's a huge Oakland A fan, he's going to kill me. I know I'm going to get a phone. He listens to the pod on his drive home from work every day. But I know he's going to be heartbroken, and these hardcore fans who have season tickets are going to be heartbroken. But if you're still going to love your team, even when they move on, hopefully now you will have a better product long-term on the field.
I do. Change needed to happen.
Yes.
You needed to get out of the dump that has become the Oakland Coliseum. There was a football stadium for the Raiders. It's not built to play baseball in. You needed a new stadium. That's true. That's fair. You didn't need to move the franchise to Las Vegas. And I do agree. Like, if you're telling me right now that they're going to move and all of a sudden, like, they're in a bigger market and a big market and you're out of Oakland, but what has convinced anybody that John Fisher, the owner of the A's, is going to get to Vegas and just all of a sudden spend and become like a big market team? Yeah, you're moving, but you're keeping the same ownership. Like, that's not going to change. Like the Moneyball philosophy ain't going to fly in Las Vegas. I mean, it's just not. So, like, yeah, I understand the franchise is moving, but it's
what he's got to do? He's got to give season ticket holders now some sort of like crazy deal, like 2-for-1 flights to come out to Vegas. You get a discount.
You're giving this
guy
get a discount far too much credit
on your season tickets if you get season tickets when we're in Vegas. There are ways to make it better. For fans. I know it's tough. Today's the first day.
This guy doesn't care about the fans. He doesn't care about these fans in Oakland. He jacked up season ticket prices when the roster went in the opposite direction. He traded the best player in Sean Murphy and jacked up ticket prices. Ridiculous. I mean, come on. But the A's, and this was announced literally like yesterday. The A's, or yesterday or 2 days ago, the A's are planning a reverse boycott in Oakland to prove that this isn't on the fans, and they want to be a part of this. They're June 13th. They want to pack the Coliseum with fans to prove that the fans aren't the problem in Oakland. Now, it's tough because obviously this gets announced, and I don't know if the timing on that is coincidental. The fans announced a reverse boycott to prove that they aren't the problem, and the ownership comes out and says, "Ha ha, we're out of here."
Yeah.
Again, just a ridiculous point, but Now they're on to Vegas. I do think a team will do very well in Vegas. I hope John Fisher spends some money on his team.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.